Have you ever wondered if you could get your flight controller and your PDB together, save some room? Looking at this, you wouldn't think that's possible, right? There's way too much stuff to go on one of these boards, right? No, that's wrong. Because Ferris FPV came out with this guy. Power distribution board, flight controller, all in one. Now, this not only will make your build way easier, it's going to save you just a little bit of weight also. So let's real quick get a weight here. And on your typical flight controller and your power distribution board, you're looking at about 12 grams. Not really a big deal either way. But what will you save with that? Look at that, 7 grams. You're saving a few grams, you know, every little bit counts, right? It helps out a little bit. And let's take a quick look at this board and see what it offers here. So we got this plug here is for your DSMX guys, which I am. So you can directly plug in your DSMX or DSM2 satellite. Here you got your port that is made for their own video transmitter that they got out. That is just like the Diatone SP2. I don't think you can get it yet. I have not seen it for sale. But this did come with a cable to plug into there. So you probably could, if you don't plan on running that video transmitter that they make, you could just plug this into here, clip some wires, put your own in there. And let's get a real good close look up on here. You can see the build quality is pretty good. Of course it should be. It's not really a cheap board. I did have to pay $49 for this board. But if you consider, you know, a good F3 board is $40, $10 for a decent power distribution board, you know, it's about the same. And then you save all that space. And like I said before, this is a F3 CPU on here. This will handle up to 5 cells. It does have a built-in race transponder, which is super cool. I actually got the little LED here. And I actually don't know where it solders yet. I think it has to solder in one of these guys. And there's actually a super tiny wiring diagram right here. That's upside down. If you can read that, you can already tell where it goes. Now, this does not come with directions, so I will be going to the website to find out exactly which one of these pins does. And on this bottom side here, it does stick down a little bit. You got some components here, no big deal. I believe that's part of the regulator for the 5 volts there. And this here may be a filter going into the board. And speaking of the filter, it does have a built-in filter to power your camera, so you should get some good clean power going to your camera. And this thing does have 3 UARTs, so that's real good. That will also help out if you do decide to get their video transmitter that they're making, because there's some fancy stuff that you can do, plug in to your computer and change your onboard display and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so this is it. This is their little board. It's looking pretty good, and I will be putting this board into my QAVX 210 frame here. As you can see, I actually ran into a problem. I wanted to use my Diatone SP2, my Cirrus Dodo flight controller, and PDB, but it's just a little too tall. Now I could directly solder some my wires on here and make this a little bit lower, but I kind of like this board because I can plug it in and out of different builds that I'm playing around with, so I kind of want to leave it that way. So I am actually going to probably put some pins on here if possible, because I mean I've got plenty of vertical room now. If all I have to do is run this guy and get my SP2 in here, so that will be very nice for this build to give me a little extra room, so I can actually get this video transmitter, or excuse me, this camera from not hitting these standoffs right here. So now I've talked about this already. Let me get started in here and get the soldering and see if I can get it in here. Alright, so this is what it looks like when you get it all soldered up. As you can see, it's getting very close in some of those areas there, so you got to be very careful. When you pre-tin, it takes very little tin, and it's really hard to get it good looking, but some of these aren't the prettiest, but I'm pretty sure they're going to hold up just fine. So yeah, this is what you should have. The signal is in the inside of these two wires here. It was really hard to read. I did confirm that. And the wire coming off of here for your video transmitter, the two outside pads are your positive and your negative. They're pretty easy to see, but there's two in the middle there that you will not solder up if all you want is to get power off of it. And that should be filtered power, so we'll see how it looks when I get this powered up. So let me get this thing assembled and we'll take another look at it. Alright, here it is all put together. Did a nice job of bringing the stack down to where the standoff is not hitting that part of the frame right there. And yeah, it looks pretty good. You see, you have to run your power cords to the back and to the front of it, not through the side. Well, actually, you can run your wires through the side, down below, and come out to the back and the front. But that's not going to work for me in my case, because this is actually not the final way that this quad's going to be finished. I actually have my my body kit completed, and I think it's ready to go, so I'm gonna get that guy on here. But that finishes up this video, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some other videos coming up. I got some good stuff coming. Like I mentioned, that body's coming up. It's got a real nice camera guard on it to protect your camera here, because I think that's one of the weakest part of this frames is how much the camera is exposed here. And hopefully soon I should be getting my my HD3s. I actually have them pre-ordered from Horizon Hobby, so I should be getting those soon. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.